you need to push. Once your development of test scripts are done and they are running fine in locally and in Jenkins server, then you need to push this code to remote repository. So that is what the final step. Once you merge the code to repository, from there your Jenkins server will pick up. As I mentioned in the job, we have a Git option, right? The Git option they will configure, basically who creates the job, and it will pick the code from there. Now we are given from our local machine code, but generally this code you will place it in the GitHub repository. So there is a repository is nothing but the place, storing place, right, where you can put the code. So that place you will keep it. From there, the Jenkins server will pick up. How the Jenkins server will understand GitHub is, so there is a linkage between Jenkins server and the GitHub. So the GitHub URL they will provide there, and GitHub username, password, so that Jenkins will download that entire code in the Jenkins and it will run every day. So we'll schedule, generally we'll schedule every day, morning or night time, it will trigger a job, and then the results will be sent to us. That's a process. Every company it will go. It's a common process. Somebody will run more than one time also, right? So now let me show you this the complete right how we can push this code. So this is the code, right? We have written here. So right click, properties, and go to the location of this area and the project location here. You need to keep here. And before this, we should understand what is Git and GitHub. So Git is a version control tool. Basically, it will be used to communicate local code to remote repository. How you can communicate that communication, and you can pull the code, you can push the code, you can save the files that are modified. Everything you can do with this Git commands. There are Git commands. So that is going to help you. Okay, so GitHub is a code hosting platform for version control and collaboration. So because there are many people in the team, they can merge the code if they completed their work. So when you're merging the code, some code might be a bad, some code might be correct. Maybe one change might cause the problem other places. We don't know, right? So that's why every day you need to run the code so that you will catch the issues. You'll catch the issues. So that's the main reason behind the integration of GitHub and Jenkins. So we need to first create the GitHub account. So go and create a GitHub account. It's a very easy, simple steps. Just to sign up, right? Like signing up. So you can click on sign up, and it will ask you enter welcome to the Git, and enter your email, and it will continue. Okay, all the process. So the process will it's a simple sign up process. So I have a already account. So you complete the process and then you log in it. So once you log in, okay, once you log in, so we have a repository. I'll show you the repository because I put more authentication. Okay. Configure account recovery settings, signed a verified email. That's correct. Confirm that. Okay, so this is all our code repositories. We can just say Jan, March. So March 1 will take it. Okay. So this is a repository. All our code. So whatever the code you have there, that code you can put it here. But we need to create our own branch, right? So see, 4 months back, this code is pushed here. Now I have a code in this location. So here. But how can you push this code to here? I'll create a new repository. How to create a new repository? Top right side, there is a plus icon. See, you can create a new repository. Import repository. New code space, but we will use always new repository. First time only, one time only repository creation, but you don't have that choice as a automation tester or developer. You won't do that. Already admin will create a repository, one repository for one project. So they will create automatically and give it to you. So the repository URL, they will give it to you. So I'm going to give hybrid framework open card, or so whatever the name I have here, I'll give the same name. Okay. So this name, I'm going to give this name as this. So that it will be easy for us. Okay. So it's not there. So this repo is open cart automation test cases. This repo contains so create. So either public or private. So public means anyone on the internet can see this repository, who can commit, and also you choose who can see and commit to this repository. So private means you can give a permission, only those people can see. Otherwise, other people cannot see. So in the public, I'll put public. Create repository. See this, the repository is created. So these are the steps. Create a new repository on the command line. Already we did. Push an existing repository from the command line. So we have to do this. This is the one. This is the GitHub URL. This GitHub URL you are going to give for anybody who wants to download this code, and you always use this GitHub URL. So this GitHub URL will be used to download the code to your local machine. Even you can download my code into your local machine. I'll show you how to do that. Okay. Then, so let's push this code. To push this code, you should have a Git tool, one more Git tool. So install that Git download. Download for Windows. So Git download, Git for Windows, right? So you can download. So Git downloads. Yeah, this one. This is the right one. Okay. Download for Windows. You can just download. If it is not downloaded, click here to download. Just say click here to download. And I can open this and install this. Git. You can go and downloads. It will be available in the downloads. So double click. Yes. Install it. It's a simple installation. It won't take much time also. Okay, so this is done. So how do you know this Git is installed in your machine? So you can just go there, the location where your project is there, or anywhere, any folder. You can just right click, hybrid framework, right? Here you right click and you can see there is a git bash, open git bash. So this is the one, open git bash, and I just execute these commands, all these commands. So echo this one, execute this one by one, and the command prompt. After you know this, tells you have a git in your local machine. So git init, next command. See that git init means you are initializing the git. See, initializing empty git repository. So this is the master you're getting, master branch. So then you can add add this readme file. So if you want, you can add the git readme file. So you can add, because we already have, right? So I want to map this one. So this one. So now it is linked, the remote repository and local code. Then execute this code, git branch -m. So you're just creating a branch. So this is the master, right? We are creating a main branch. Now it will turn to main branch. So you can check what is the branch, git branch. There are commands. So now we are in the main branch. So now you have a git status you do. Git status will tell you what are all the files are modified. See, these are all files modified. You need to add all of them. So one by one you cannot add. So if many files are there in the current directory, just do git add dot, space dot. So that means in the current directory, what are all the files modified? All the files will be added. If you do git added dot, modified files, all the modified files will be added. So it is adding all of them. Okay, it's adding all of them. This is the main branch. Then git commit. Next step is, so git status, if you do, the red color will turn into green color. See that? All the new files. So these are all files added. Okay, these are all files added. Now git commit. Once you add, you commit. Commit means you are saving the work files, what are modified and added to the repository, main repository. Git commit will save. So git commit -m, you give the message. What is your commit message? So open cart automation test cases. So these are, they are all added. Okay. So now you can push the code. You can push the code, all these files into this remote repository. How can you push? It's a simple command, git push -u origin main. That means you are pushing to main branch. Just push that. So you can push the code. See, all the code will come here. So now nothing was there, right? Now, so it's going to come everything, all the files to here. So you refresh after completing this, writing all the objects, then you can refresh, the entire code will be here. So how it is, so how it does it know? Your username and password, you logged into that, right? And you mapped here. So this remote origin repository is mapped. See, it is done. See, new branch, main is ready. So branch main setup to track origin information, it is ready. So now just refresh. See that entire code came just 1 minute ago. So open, this is our commit message, right? And you can see all our SRC test. all our test cases, you can see, right? So these are all our test cases. So this is how you can push the code to remote repository from your local machine. So it will be available for you always. You can go and practice. So you can download how to download this code. So this entire code, how to download to your local machine. Just this code, always use this code. Click on this and you have a clone option. Copy this. And there is a command git clone. So let me show you git commands, all the git commands. See how to, this is another, this one. What is Git, GitHub, and SCM tools. These are all, so Git is initially developed by Linus Torvalds is a version control system. So lets you manage and keep track of your source code history. Basically, it will track your code changes, who merged when, and every commit, there is a commit ID will be there. That commit ID, let me show you here. So there is a commit ID, every commit it happens. So this is the branch name. So this is your branch. And even you can see your pull request you can create. So your commit ID also, it will be shown here. So this is the one, just see one commit. So you can see this commit ID. So this is the commit ID. So if anybody asks your commit ID, just copy this, okay? Copy and give it to them. That's a commit ID. So you can go back and that's see here, you can find 3 minutes, this is the commit ID. So this is how you can push the code. And then, so these are all the commands one by one, you can see. So why you need to use versioning a file is important. See who changed which file. If you want to know, this is the Git is very important. So it's an open source tool. And what is GitHub? GitHub is a cloud-based hosting service. So you can manage all your code in the Git repositories. So even you can review the code, you can maintain the documentation, everything in the GitHub. So you can collaborate the code with a team, among team members. More collaboration between the team members will happen easily with the GitHub. GitHub is a web application, so cloud-based application. It's just a hosting your entire code there. So like this. See your entire code here. Whenever you want it, you can download. How to download? Here you have an option, download zip, or you can clone it. So how can you clone it? Just copy this, and you can do that. So how to clone it? You can go anywhere and you can clone it. So let me show you how to clone it. So this is the old code, but you can clone it. Let me show you GitHub projects. So GitHub project, somewhere I'll clone it. Let me create a new folder. I'll clone it. I'll show you how to clone. Okay, I have shown you how to push the code, right? Let me show you how to so let me how to show you how to clone the code. GitHub project cloning. Okay, so now open here your GitHub Git bash. Open the Git bash and download. Somewhere you are downloading the Git repository code here so that it will be available, that entire code. Even I push, right? You can use my GitHub URL. You can download all my code into your local machine. So open Git bash, just say git clone and the URL you provide. So this is the GitHub URL. See, it will download the entire code. See, it downloaded entire code here. See, so it came entire code. So wherever you want, you can download your entire code. So go to CD hybrid framework, the folder, main your project folder. Go into project, this is the main project. Okay. So you can make changes and you can add this project. Okay. This project you can add to your Eclipse. How to add downloaded code to your Eclipse? Let me show you that also. That's a very important. Many people will download, but they don't know how to add the Maven project to Eclipse. So let me show you that. And I'll close this. I have a switch workspace. Other, I'll go to other. Here I will show you how to clone. You cloned it. So cloning, how can we do? Git clone and GitHub repository URL you have to give. So where you will get GitHub repository URL? So go to your Git repository, click on code, and this is the GitHub URL. So this one you need to give to download to your local machine. And then, so once you download, you add this to your project, your Eclipse. How to add? Let me show you how to add. Go to File, Import, Existing Maven project. Choose Maven, existing Maven project. Next, browse. Where is that? So in the documentation we have, right? GitHub project clone. So August 2023, this one. So just select the folder. That's it. Very slow. Got stuck. I have to close it. My Eclipse is not responding. Cannot do anything. So let's open this again. About existing Maven project. Next, select that. Documents, this one. Yes, see, you got that. Click on finish. So the project will add it here. See, it added. So this is how you can work. This is how you can work. You can make changes and you can work on this. Okay. So then you can push the code. If you make changes, you can push the code to your remote repository. So let's see how to do all those things. So let's make changes and I'll show you how to create a branch also. So I'll show you how to create a branch on this and then how you can push that to remote branch and remote repository. I'll show you. So let's create a branch and make changes. Then we'll push the code. Okay. So I'm just creating a branch. How to create a branch? Git. Now we have a main branch. I'm creating my own branch. Git checkout. I'm checking out to that branch also after creating a branch. Test demo. So August 2023. See, before it was in main branch. Now it switched to test. What is mean by this? That means the entire code will come into this branch. Now you can work independently. You don't need to make changes on the main branch because main branch is operational one. You cannot make changes on that main branch. Always you clone. Once you clone, it will be main branch. So don't make changes on the main branch. Always you create a branch on top of this. That means this entire code will come into here. Then you can work independently. Nobody will be disturbed. So you can work here. Now branch is created. So what I can do, I can make some changes. So let's go and change something in the test cases. Okay, let's make some changes here. So I'm just putting fill personal details. Okay, here also will just fill address details. I'm just putting some random data. So whatever you want to modify it. And data driven. Test, data driven test. So these are the changes I made. So let's go here also. I'll make some changes here. Okay. I'll make some changes. See all the files, it will show you which are all the files you modified. Log.info. Click on add to cart button. See, it will show all the changes what you made. So how can you find out what files you modified? Just do git status. See, these are the two files you modified: product detail space, registration. So these are the two things you modified. So then you need to add them. How to add them? Just do git add. For all the files you want to add, just add them. If you want to add all the files. So there are .class files, you don't need to worry about that. .java files only. You just need to worry about .java files. Okay. Copy and add one by one. You can add one by one also. Then git add second file. Copy that second file. Paste it here. Then git commit. So next, so git status you do to know that those are turned into green now. See, so these are turned into green, right? But this is okay. So don't worry about this .class files. So git commit -m, and you can say, so give the proper commit message. Make changes to registration test and product details space. So I'm just giving a what is my change, exact change message I'm writing here. That's a commit message always you have to write. So you should not write a generic message. Make sure you write proper. So now I want to push this to remote repository. Git push origin. So this branch name, you just give the branch name. So this code will be pushed there. Okay, it pushed. Create a pull request for this on GitHub by visiting. So you can go and visit this, and there is a new pull request you can create. So you can see there is a, see, you will get here. So there is a optional getter. So had recent pushes less than a minute ago. See that? Now main branch is there and this branch is there. Main branch is the main one, but the test branch is your particular one. So what you can do now, you need to merge that test branch into main. To do that, you have to create a pull request. So compare and pull request. So once you create a pull request, you have to give the successful run Jenkins job run also in that pull request. So click on this, create a pull request. So this is to make or fix. This is to make a fix for registration test and product details is test. So just giving a random message. Okay, so you just create a pull request. That means PR, we call this. Create a pull request, PR. You can assign to review. So you can ask review somebody, your team members. So maybe you can assign, if you have, assign myself. I'm assigning to myself. I'll review and somebody has to review this. Okay. So require approval for specific reviewers before merging. So you can give a merger, review comments on this. So you see, you can see commits, you can see files changed. See the modified files will be shown here to you. See, this is the change, right? This is the old one and this is the new change. So clearly is visible for you. What was the previous change? What is the new change you made? So this is the one. So this is the previous and this is the new. And the next file, you can go and see that. See that? So this is another file. We made this. So files modified and which commit ID you can find out. Again, commit ID is different. Right? So just go back and you can merge it. If review comments are done and everything looks good to merge. So then you can merge it. So you can write comment, okay? You can write a comment. Let's see, looks good to merge. So then, and you can click on merge pull request. So this code will go into main branch. Now this code is not there. You can see, how do I know this code is there or not? You can go and see that. So the branches, right? Just go and see that. So that branch is not, so in the main branch, you cannot find. You can see that. See that changes are not here. You can see in the test cases, right? Registration page. See, these changes are not there. Right? This one we have written a fill. You have written entering address details, entering personal data, right? But we have written a fill, but this is not there. That changes are not here. Why still that changes are not merged into this main? That's the reason. So I'm going to push that. I'm going to go to pull request. So this is the pull request. Okay. And I'll just open this merge pull request, confirm merge. See now the code is merged. See, it is, you are getting merged. Now we can go and see that main branch now. You can go and see that main branch now. See, this say Ramesh and 3 merge pull request from so to this. Now it is merged. Now you can see make changes to registration, test, and production 5 minutes ago. So now new changes are available here. So that's how you can confirm. So the changes are available or not. What changes? You can see that. See, fill personal details, fill address details, and this one data-driven test. So that's the how you can see the changes. Okay, so this is the how to create a branch, how to merge the branch, how to create a pull request, and then merge the branch I have shown you. Okay, so main branch is the one. Main branch is always one. But on top of that, every individual tester or developer, they will create their own branch after cloning. Cloning after, they can make their own changes. And then they will merge. So after pushing the code, they will create a pull request. Then they will ask for review. Once review is complete, successful, they will merge it to main branch. The main branch is the top one. The always main branch is the master code. So anybody wants to make changes, they have to clone it, create a branch, work on their task. Once their task is done, push it, and then